record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link no time.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Smequle, and in today's video, we're taking a bunch of the past most improved players, putting them on the same team, and we're going to be finding out if they can win an NBA championship. So going over our most improved players list, we've gone from 2018 all the way down to 2004. There's some missing years because of actual retired players, but starting off in 2018, we got Victor Oladipo. Then our 2017 most improved player, we got Giannis. 2016, we have CJ McCollum. 2015, we have Jimmy Butler. 2014, we have Goran Dragic. 2013, we have Paul George. 2012, we have Ryan Anderson. 2011, we have Kevin Love. 2010, we have Aaron Brooks. And then 2009 was Danny Granger. He's no longer in the league. 2008 was Hedo Turkoglu, who's no longer in the league. 2007 was Monte Ellis, no longer in the league. 2006 was Boris Diaw, who's no longer in the league. 2005 was Bobby Simmons, who's no longer in the league. And then our final player on the roster is Zach Randolph, our 2004 most improved player, and that's the final person that's actually in the league. So a lot of most improved players, their careers actually did not turn out too well. They had one really good season, and that was kind of it, except for like our recent most improved players. I feel like they've done a lot better job at picking these people out. Giannis, Jimmy, Paul George, Victor Oladipo, CJ McCollum. They all seem like a lot better players than some of the past ones. But anyways, we're going to hop into a season with them and see just how good they can do. Leave your comment down below. Do you think they're going to win an NBA championship? Also on the team, since we didn't have enough most improved players to fill out a whole roster, we just have some reserve players who will not be playing in this season at all. Okay, so we made it to the end of the season with our most improved players. They end up going 57 and 25. Nobody getting MVP on the team. That's going to go to Kawhi. Doncic with Rookie of the Year. Schroeder with Sixth Man. Giannis actually gets Defensive Player. So that's our first player on the team with an award. Really good season. 1.7 steals, 2.2 blocks per game. Most improved goes to Aaron Gordon. So nobody on our list getting most improved. That would have been so funny if somebody actually did. And then Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors getting Coach of the Year, going 67 and 15. So let's see if we got anybody on the All-NBA teams here. First team, there's nobody. Giannis is going to be on the second team and nobody on the third team. And we have a ton of really good players though. Giannis and Victor Oladipo actually on the all-defensive first team though, and then nobody on the second team there, and we do not have rookies because no rookies could have won a most improved player. But anyways, let's check out the standings and see exactly where our team fell. So they are in the Western Conference, and they end up getting third in the West, right behind the Rockets. They actually had the same record as the Rockets. Warriors still with the best record of 62 and 20. Lakers also up there, OKC, Spurs, Pelicans, and the Jazz. So let's see if any teams that we kind of took players off of did a little worse. Trailblazers actually not making playoffs. If we go over in the East, Heat still up there without Goran Dragic. Raptors at the top there. Cleveland, Bucks not doing good at all. Pacers not doing nearly as good either. So a lot of the teams we took players off of did very, very poorly. What about the 76ers? They actually still make playoffs. They did lose out on Jimmy Butler, but I mean, they didn't even have him before. They're still a really good team. But so up next, let's go over to league leaders and see if we have anybody in like the top 10 of any categories. Points, we're not going to have anybody in that. Rebounds, we probably won't have anybody. We didn't really have any centers on the team. Assists, we're not going to have anybody in the top 10 either. Steals, Giannis should be up there. There he is, and Jimmy Butler on the list as well. And then blocks, Giannis is going to be fourth for blocks. So Giannis, of course, winning that Defensive Player of the Year. And then checking out just our stats for our team, Giannis was actually the lead scorer as well, pretty much leading, I believe, in every category. Giannis led out of the big three, actually steals and blocks per game. He led in every single category for this team. Oladipo was second best. CJ, Jimmy Butler. We have 3 shooting guards on the team, which probably wouldn't really work out the best on the court. But we end up making the playoffs with the 3rd seed. They got a really good chance to go into the finals here. Up against the San Antonio Spurs in the 1st round. Always simulate here. And most improved players get game 1. Game 2 going to them as well. Let's see if they can get a 3-0 lead. And they do. Is it going to be a sweep? And it is a sweep in the 1st round up against the Spurs. So let's see who we're going to be facing off next. Should be the Houston Rockets probably. And it is the Houston Rockets in the 2nd round. On the other side of the playoffs, it's going to be Warriors and OKC. And then you got Toronto, Chicago. Just the top 4 seeds. Somehow Brooklyn was the 3rd seed in the East. Somehow, I don't know how that managed to happen. Rockets get first game against the most improved players. There we go. Tying it up. Can they get a lead here? Rockets with another lead. They can't let them get a 3-1 lead. There we go. 2-2. They really need a W right here. Can they get a W? No. Rockets up 3-2. And then in game number 6, the most improved players winning quite easily right here. Almost a 20-point victory. And then in game number 7, check this out. They won 149-79. That's a 70-point victory for the most improved players. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how they even managed to go to game 7 and then win by that much. Up against the Warriors in the next round, though, and then Raptors and Boston in the East. The Warriors are going to be a very tough challenge here. Warriors up 2-0. And there we go. Most improved players finally getting a victory there. 3-1 for the Warriors. Okay, so we're in game 5, and the Warriors with a 7-point lead with a minute left in the game. So it's looking like they're going to win. Curry from 3 as well. That should end the game. A 10-point lead with only a minute left is going to be very, very hard to actually come back by. Kevin Love down low there. There we go. 8-point lead now. It's still doable, but it's going to be very hard. They got to score quick on offense. Curry coming inside, and he's going to get the floater to go. So they can't even stop Curry on offense. Not going to work out. And then, so just checking out who's on the court. It's going to be Giannis, Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler, CJ McCollum, and Kevin Love. CJ from 3. That is, though, good, and that should be game right there. Really no chance of them coming back now. Jimmy Butler with the steal, though. Giannis with the dunk. So Warriors end up winning. Just checking out the box score. Boogie doing the best on the Warriors. 27 points for them. Giannis doing very, very well for most improved players. Let's just quite not enough to get the W right here. Victor Oladipo was doing very well in this game. He wasn't in the crunch time minutes, though. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Most improved players end up getting eliminated in the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. A very good team right there. I think the main issue for the most improved players was they didn't really have a huge variety of players. They had a lot of shooting guards, not just pretty much one good point guard, and then there wasn't any centers. Just pretty much one player at every position and then a bunch of shooting guards. So they couldn't really create a really good team, and then the backups were limited, obviously, because we just didn't have enough players. But anyways, let's find out who ends up winning the NBA championship here. It is going to be the Toronto Raptors beating the Warriors. Kawhi with Finals MVP. This is going to be it for this video, though, guys. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never in the same space that we started at. Throw the ball, I run the play like a quarterback. I've been up all night trying to make a stack, trying to get a plaque and flip a dream into a solid fact. Hustled hard for it. One day they will notice. Chasing in the day.